30 years on stage this year. The amazing veteran actor, TV host, radio host, the Don of Nigerian stand-up comedy.
Okey Anthony Onyegbule, probably known as Okey Bakasi. Welcome.
That's me, that's me.
Yes, that's you.
It's such a pleasure to be in the midst of these beautiful ladies.
Thank you,
Thank you for having me.
You know, that's the line you used to open your shows. We understand. We get
Oh, you ladies are beautiful. I'm not flattering you.
Thank you.
Stating the obvious.
But men like Okey Bakasi have looked handsome from way back. All those kind handsome that even with the grey.
Look for bandage, my
The
head
grey
is
even
swelling.
makes it more, you know.
All those sugar daddy vibes.
Look for bandage, my head is swelling now. One bust.
It's always great to see you. Always great to have you around. You're a friend of the house.
Yes.
But now you have advanced to movie production as well.
Actually, I've been doing movies for 30 years as well. And in that time, we've racked up quite a number. Sometimes it's embarrassing to mention it, considering I don't have a private jet yet. So I just leave it like that. But what we did differently this time is to produce executively for big screen. All right, yes.
Not home video.
No, not home video. We've been doing home videos forever.
There's some Gen Zs that don't know what home video is.
You won't blame them. The world is moving so fast. So why go back when you can move forward? So the new thing actually, to mark the 30 years on stage, first we did a concert. One night stand at Okey Hotel on the 1st of October, and then followed up with Bank Alert, the movie. The movie that everyone has to see this season, Bank Alert. If you're broke and almost suicidal and you find 500 million in your account, what will you do? That's the little premise of the story.
Oh, God.
Sometimes you think that, broke, almost suicidal, then 5 million enter your hand, the problem is solved. You may be starting another problem without knowing it.
Of course.
But you need to go see the movie to understand it.
Definitely. And of course, Kanayo Okanayo was in this one. And when you talk about money, when I hear the name of the movie and I hear Kanayo, it kind of joins. So just give us a little insight.
It's my brother, don't say anything about ritual.
I didn't say anything. Did you hear me, ritual? I didn't say anything, But I think what is very important for me is I need to know where the story, the vision of Bank Alerts came from and why.
Yeah, so, okay, the story of Bank Alert was almost 10 years ago, just me playing with. I'm a good storyteller. At the risk of sounding immodest, I tell stories, and I've been doing so for a couple different movies, script conference for different productions. So the story was about 10 years ago, just playing with thoughts, ideas, There are things we go through in life, and, in Nigeria, everybody's practically praying for a miracle.
Yes.
Sometimes you have people say, if I feel just the Guacana, I pick 10 million. I pick 10 million for road now. My problem will be solved. So just started thinking about it. In this whole hardship, what if you came across this huge sum of money? What will you do? And what are the consequences? Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That's what they tell you in physics. So eventually we expanded the story to cover a whole lot of dramatic scenes, and we looked dramatic situations. We looked for the best possible people to interpret it. Went for Kate Henshaw, Tinamba, Kanayo, Nino.
Powerful cast.
A lot of creative people across the spectrum of the movie industry, Yoruba, Igbo, everywhere, everybody in the mix.
So my issue is now finding a balance, because you're known for comedy.
Yes.
And I'm guessing it's expected that this is a comedy.
Well, there's a
movie.
lot of humor in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can call it an action comedy.
Action comedy.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Because my brother, how am I forgetting all the artists? I think his old age did a wonderful one there with his portrayal of Modestus, the bad guy in the story. Yeah, he did a good job. So yeah, lots of wonderful. It's something that you need to see. I know that the kind of reviews we are getting from those who have gone to see it in the cinemas is heartwarming, you know, and I've been to a couple. I was in Asaba, you know, over the weekend, Surulere, and sometimes I just sneak in to the cinema just to gauge reaction, and I get excited when I see people actually, because for me, I don't like to do slapstick comedy.
Okay.
I don't like to do comedy, laugh by force.
Okay.
You understand? I like it to be organic. So you're watching a story, you're in the cinema, and you see a scene, and you know that hearty laugh when you hear it. You know, I'm all for it.
All right.
Like, I tell people I'm in the business of creating happiness. That's what I do. So.
But in the end, it's not easy writing something like this. And you just touched on slapstick comedy now, which is essentially what skit makers are using to make millions.
Yes.
Now, you've been in the industry before social media, before slapstick came to our phones, and before skit making. But you were making skits.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the differences in the industry.
Okay.
How it's evolved.
How it's evolved over time.
Yeah.
So, okay, all these aspects in my career, I mean, we said it's 30 years. In my career, I've done all this. Okay, I've seen all that. In fact, I started making skits right from when I was on campus, and I didn't even calculate those years as the 30 years.
Okay.
Those were my amateur years, you know. So professionally, I started counting from 93 during my youth service year. You know, now I've done all that, you know, and what I've seen is that as you grow, sometimes you want to challenge yourself, you know. And there was a turning point in my career as an actor. Some years back, I was home with my kids, and this Nollywood movie was playing, and I was watching because I like to watch young people's reaction. And my daughter made one comment like, "This is silly," you know, and it got me thinking. You know, I've been doing this I've done how many movies, and if these young people think this is silly, I don't want to be doing silly stuff. I want to do something that will, you know, tickle the excitement of every generation. So I had to make changes. And what I did was deliberately stay away from acting for a while to do a personal reassessment, check the industry, and if I come back, where I want to plug in. I want to be able to sell to all markets. If I've been this long in the business, is because I've been able to change and change and change with the market. So if we are not entertaining these young people, then you're going to phase out because they will forget you.
Very, very
You understand? So I had to make those adjustments. For people who are making skits, I'm not knocking anybody. It's also good for the business because I like, if it's competitive, it sets everybody up. I like that young people are coming in with their own ideas. It's not new to me. It's old to me. To be very honest, some of them don't make me laugh. Some of them are quite hilarious. But the thing is that they are bringing something new into the market for everyone. Some of the things that I will not even do because I think it's so old and so outdated. They're doing it and it's catching on and people are getting excited. I'm like, people still laugh. And some of my friends say, stay there. I don't go back and do it again.
You know what? You know you're like an encyclopedia of knowledge in this particular industry, and you know we appreciate you for being here. But I think it's about time we see a trailer of yours. Bank Alert.